This is Josiah Plays The Witcher 2, Assassins of Kings, Enhanced Edition, and I'm playing Dandelion the Bard, who is going to go down into the lair of the succubus right now on this rainy night. Hi, birds. Wielding my lute instead of swords.
Fucking idiot actually went in. I got him into this mess. I'd better get the fool out.
Where's the hole? Here we go. Sounds like somebody's having fun. He's just laughing his ass off. That doesn't seem like the appropriate response. Why is he laughing? What is wrong with you, Dandelion?
I don't remember inviting you, Geralt of Rivia.
Let Dandelion go.
You mean you won't join us? He's come to no harm. On the contrary, he seems very happy.
Yeah. I don't think she's being completely honest.
Like all the other men you murdered?
I've murdered no one. All who followed me experienced unearthly pleasures.
You devour their energy like a swine gobbles spuds.
I need their vital energies. I have no use for corpses.
What will you do with Dandelion?
I shall show you my intentions are pure. I'll release him when he wakes.
Alright, then who's killing the people?
So if it wasn't you, who killed those young men?
I can seduce anyone and hold them spellbound for as long as I wish. Unfortunately, one fool fell madly in love with me. Unable to accept my nature, he's killing my lovers.
Who is this lover of yours?
A beautiful elf named Elias.
Surprising
He
plot
asked me to investigate
twist!
the murders.
His way of throwing you off his scent. Luckily, you're no fool.
This is like a
The very reason
Scooby-Doo
I think You're
episode.
trying to throw me off your scent.
Did he show you the victims' bodies?
He told me they were buried.
By him. Yet he massacred the corpses first to make it seem as if beasts had attacked the poor souls. I'm content to have you looking into the matter. Just be sure to see it through.
It's like a Scooby-Doo episode. It was Elias all along! Like, whips off a mask and it's Elias under there. And then he's like, I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you meddling witchers! Alright. You don't remember as many goat women nipples in Scooby-Doo? Good call, good call.
I'll talk to him, then I'll come back.
I hope we can seal our friendship then.
Not gonna happen, lady. Now there's a journal entry for Succubus. Alright. The succubus literally ate out of my hand. Such was the power of my poetry. With my aid, the witcher could speak with the demon. According to the beast, the murderer was the elf Elias, a jealous lover. For you must know that the succubus had many lovers, all the murder victims among them. Geralt listened to her testimony and went to speak to the elf. Is she a character or a monster? She's a character. The torched village near Vergen proved to be the home of a real succubus. This beautiful creature, possessing hooves instead of feet, drew handsome young men to it in order to seduce them and feed on their life forces. The seductress was accused of brutally murdering many young men, and the accusations seemed to be solid. For you must know that the unpleasant scent of sulfur is not the sole inconvenience one must endure when encountering succubi, which can be as dangerous as vampires. Dandelion, buddy, how you doing? I guess he's good. Does she have anything I can steal while I'm in here? Because I am all about looting some stuff. No? Alright, I'll be back, succubus. You just keep on doing what you're doing.
I can't wake him.
Let's go have a little chat with Elias. Oh. Are these wraiths always here at night? Are these wraiths part of this quest, or are they always in the burned village at night? I've never actually come to the burned village at night, I guess. Well, I must have in my other playthroughs, but I don't remember. I didn't remember there being wraiths. See, that's what I'm saying, Saito. The goat fur and the hooves really pretty big turnoff. And the fact that she sucks out life essence from people is a problem for me. Like... a lot of risk involved. More than really seems prudent. Suddenly there were just some random wraiths. Imagine how her hoofs ruin the bed sheets. No shit! Oh, Elias, time for us to have a little chat. Elias, anything to say anything about Elias in here? Anything new? No. He's considered one of the best warriors in Yorvith's unit. Well, he's about to be in trouble, mister. I don't remember where the fuck Elias is. I mean, my map will probably tell me. Says he's in the inn. Really? I guess it's because it's nighttime. Because normally he's out... Oh, he's standing around outside the door of the inn. He's always in the same spot. He's standing right in front of the door of the inn. That's where I originally talked to him. Yeah, there he is. He's right there. Elias, you did not tell me the truth, young man.
I found the succubus.
Did you kill her?
She claims you're the murderer.
You were supposed to kill the monster, not chat with it.
I know what I'm supposed to do.
I don't think so, not if you believed her.
You lied to me. You knew a succubus had made its lair in the burned-down village.
I did. I thought you'd refuse to help me if I told you.
You're right. I don't help murderers.
That is pure nonsense. I killed no one.
Liar. You fell in love with her and murdered your competitors. Succubi aren't exactly the most faithful partners.
True, I love her, but the rest is hogwash.
If I'd killed the succubus, no more men would have perished and you'd have gotten away with it.
You don't understand. She manipulated me like she's manipulating you.
Yorvith will learn of this. You'll hang for your crimes.
You're mad. I'm innocent.
See, normally I would believe Elias over the succubus, except for the fact that I found that metal in the wound when I did the autopsy, and that was clearly not put there by the succubus. And he also seems a little bit unhinged. I don't believe Elias. I don't believe him. Obviously, Elias protested his innocence, and to be honest, Geralt and I have no evidence to prove either his or the succubus's guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. The word of a monster against the word of a bandit. The decision was hard indeed. Alright, how the fuck do I accuse Elias in Yorvith's presence? I don't remember, like, how I even do that. Elias is here. Yorvith is over in Yorvith town.
Witcher. Witcher.
If I go to Yorvith, Elias is not going to be there. Do I have to wait until later when something else is going on and then they're together? That's probably the case, right? I think that's the case. I have to wait right now. There's nothing I can do literally right now. I have to wait until there's a development. I don't remember where the hell Yorvith is. So that's the gate to the town. You just go talk to Yorvith? But where is Yorvith? I don't remember. Oh, there he is. He's up there. Okay.
And you, my lord.
Greetings.
Do you trust the girl?
There he is.
Greetings, Gwynblade.
Your Scoia'tael, Elias, is murdering people from Vergen.
Any proof? Elias is one of my best warriors.
I found a splinter from a blade in one of the bodies. Compare it to Elias's weapons.
I'll see to it. Elias must have learned that I know the truth about his madness. He's fled the city.
Ah, the truth comes out. Where the fuck are you going, buddy?
Greetings, Gwynblade.
Geralt decided to accuse Elias. He presented what little evidence we had gathered to Yorvith. The Scoia'tael leader wanted to talk to his subordinate, but Elias was far away by then. He had fled. Still uncertain of the elf's guilt, the Witcher would tell the succubus everything. Elias? Elias hired the Witcher to kill a succubus, a monster that seduced and killed young men. The succubus, however, claimed that the jealous elf was actually the murderer. Indeed, there was evidence to prove her claim against Elias. When the Witcher decided to tell Yorvith about his suspicions, Elias took the chance and fled, a fact that would support the notion his conscience was burdened. Yeah. Dandelion. Having taken part in many adventures by Geralt's side, when he asked for my help, I agreed without hesitation. I had already been imperiled when helping him in less rewarding tasks than using poetry to lure an unparalleled demonic lover. Thus, I had the chance to risk my life in the name of 3 most beautiful values: friendship, poetry, and love. There was no other decision to make. Oh, Dandelion. What a character. He is a consummate bard. I wonder if I have to wait till midnight again, or if I can just go roll right up in the succubus lair. Even in the middle of the day. Maybe she sleeps during the day, like a vampire. Maybe she never sleeps. I don't know. I'm not a witcher. I don't know these things.
I'll not be put down like some dog. Fight!
Okay. You're going down, buddy. That's what we call a riposte, Delius. You like it? That's another one. That's another one. No, that's not another one. That's another one. Seriously, you still want to do this? I'm just gonna fucking Aard you to death. That was like the scene from fucking Raiders of the Lost Ark. He's spinning around and swirling his blade through the air, doing this whole fancy thing, and I just fucking whoosh out with my hand with an Aard and just kill him, like Indiana Jones did with a gun. Don't bring a sword to an Aard fight. I can't loot him, seriously? The swords are still laying back over here. Why can't I take those? Just saying. I don't like to kill people for nothing. I kill for loot. Oh, look at all this blood right here. Well, I don't know. Do the corpses actually end up desiccated when they do that? Like, I'm not, you know, I don't actually know the answer to that. Do they have claws? Do succubi have claws? Do they have, like, retractable claws that can come out? Because if she doesn't even have claws, then she clearly couldn't have made those wounds. I don't know the story behind that scene in Raiders of the Lost Ark, no. I have a feeling I'm about to know that story, though, because you're gonna tell me.
I'm pleased you put an end to that fool's torment. You'll be blissfully rewarded. Disrobe and relax.
I don't think so.
As tempting as others might find you, I think I'll pass. On the sex, of course. Got anything else for me?
Oh, what a shame. But it will be as you wish. In the box by the bed, I left you a small gift. Something to remember me by. Goodbye, Witcher.
Ooh, I leveled up. And now she's just gone. I just got a rook and some special armor. Oh, that must be the box she was talking about. I thought she was talking about this little box right here. Tyson's armor is bad, is what it is. It's bad. It's badder than what I'm using. Badder than what I'm using? It's worse. What does it look like? Doesn't look that much different. Sato says originally Harrison Ford was going to fight that one dude in a dramatic fight. However, at the time, Harrison Ford had dysentery and had shit running down his leg. So instead, they just had him shoot the guy instead of the plan of fight. Oh my god, the scene is so much better with him just shooting the guy. It's fucking genius that way. It would have sucked if he had just fought the guy in a normal old boring fight. It's one of the funniest and most memorable scenes of the movie, the way it is now. Let's level up. Oh, now I start getting some more vigor. I can get magical vigor now. So I get +1 now, and next level I'll get 2 more. Or that 2 might replace the 1, I'm not sure. But in any case. I love vigor. I love vigor. Alright, now I think there's absolutely nothing for me to do except talk to Philippa. Everything else is like wait for events or go to places that you can't go to right now. So I need to go talk to Philippa about Triss and about the magic crystal that I found.
I'll say it again. Humans are strange.
Oh yeah, now I have to remember where Philippa is. Oh, she's up there. Okay. Turn left, circle around, go through the tunnel.
Yorbith's not just it. So, you thought it over.
She's up in there.
I'm on my way to the recruiting station. I don't.
Is this the part where
Yorbith's not just
Philippa is... no, it's not that part. What's going on over here? What's up, Philippa? Saito just did something ridiculous. He loves bigger vigor and he cannot lie. You other Vatgurn can't deny. When a Dwan walks in with a high damage attack and you fire a Quen back? Wow. I think there was a little too many syllables there. And you can fire a Quen back, you get sprung. Wow. Still though, A for effort on that one.
You wanted to discuss something?
Well, I can discuss a ton of shit with you, apparently. Always choose the white things first, because they don't advance anything. Sheila de Tanserville's on Henselt's side. How did I find that out? Where did I find that out from? I don't remember now. Oh, from Adam Pangrat!
Your friend Sheila is conniving with Henselt.
I know this, Witcher, but it's no cause for concern. Sheila is there to ensure Henselt doesn't fall prey to the same people who killed Foltest. We don't want him as sovereign of the Pontar Valley, but we also don't need Kedwin to descend into civil war.
Some must see. Too much booty in the hold. Nice. I found the notes of a scholar of the hunt. I just thought I should tell you that for some reason, Philippa. I don't know why.
There's proof that the Wild Hunt is a vast accumulation of the power. Something that would interest mages, you'd think.
To the mere mortal, anything that is not immediately comprehensible is suspect, the product of a conspiracy. And where there's a conspiracy, well, it's obvious mages must have hatched it.
I'm a mortal, though probably not a mere one. I found the notes of a man who spent his entire life...
Paranormal phenomena interests Cynthia, my, intern. Take this up with her.
Intern? You mean your leashed apprentice? Leashed in more ways than one, if you know what I mean. If you don't know what I mean in both a magical sense and in a BDSM sense. I think everyone knew what I meant before I explained it. Oh yeah, I've got an immortelle too. That's right. Man, I'm making all kinds of progress here. Let's go with Triss's bandana first.
I've got Triss's bandana.
Have you learned anything?
Triss was here. Letho forced her to teleport.
Why would he? There are easier ways to travel.
2 of Letho's comrades, probably those responsible for Demoven's death, were hiding among the Scoia'tael. When it became evident in Flotsam that the Kingslayer wanted to dispose of Yorvith, the Scoia'tael leader gave the order to eliminate them. Letho had to reach the unit before the Elven messengers did. He could only do that by teleporting.
I assumed that Triss wanted to teleport to me, but she missed the mark and they ended up in the gullies. What happened next?
Letho left her in a gully, wounded. He probably thought that she'd diversify the local trolls' diet. He himself went to see the elves and massacred the unit with his comrades. They're somewhere on the other side of the fog.
What about Triss?
She escaped from the troll. Everything suggests she's somewhere in the area.
I can assure you she is not in Vergen.
She has to be here. Locate her.
I'll try, but it will take some time. Have you learned anything else?
See, at this point, if I hadn't played this before, I know what happened to Triss because I've played this before, but if I hadn't, I'd be like really skeptical because what the fuck? Where the hell is Triss? If she was let go by the trolls or got away from the trolls, why wouldn't she have just come directly here to Vergen? Why isn't she in Vergen? Where is she? I mean, why would she have wandered off alone deeper into the wilderness by herself, wounded? She wouldn't have done that. That doesn't make any sense. Why hasn't she come to Vergen? So I feel like something is not being told to us. So, you know, somebody has lied to us. Either the troll lied to us, or Philippa is lying to us, or something else happened that's being hidden from us in some way. Because the most logical thing is she would have come right to Vergen, I would think. Or somebody in Vergen knows where she is and is lying to us. I don't know what quest you're talking about, Saito. Sheila ordered Letho and Triss killed.
Sheila ordered Letho and Triss killed.
I can't believe that.
Believe it. I ran into some mercenaries she enlisted to kill Letho and anyone found with him.
She must have meant the other Kingslayers. Are you sure she knew Triss was with him?
Are you so sure of Sheila? There was something going on between her and Triss. I sensed a lot of tension.
A misunderstanding.
Maybe. Let's find Triss and clear everything up.
I need some time. What's going on out there?
Let's see.
What's going on?
The peasants want to take pitchforks to King Demoven's.
Oh, I remember this now.
Why?
The Dragon Slayer's servant is spreading rumors that Stennis poisoned Saskia. The commoners are in an uproar. They want to dispense justice.
Where's the prince?
Barricaded himself in his room, guarded by nobles. For the moment, the peasants are still respectful, but they are feverish. A fight is inevitable. Help us out. The situation is dire. I'm going to inform the other nobles.
Oh god. This part. You go talk to Stennis. Okay, this is funny. Piece of trivia here. This part coming up where you go talk to Stennis, a little bit of that is the first video I ever uploaded to YouTube. I cut a tiny piece out of that conversation where Stennis says, "This is blackmail," and I uploaded it to my YouTube channel. It's literally the first video on my YouTube channel, and I did that to show my friend, my roommate at the time, and my buddy Tim. We have a running joke about that phrase, "This is blackmail." We find it really hilarious because people say it all the time in shows and movies. They say it all the time. If you, once you have this in your head, you'll start seeing it constantly in fucking TV shows and movies. Somebody will say, "This is blackmail." And we find that hilarious because it's such a ridiculous thing to say. First of all, the person already knows it's blackmail. They're the one blackmailing you. And two, like, the idea is you're going to say that and the person's going to be like, "Oh, shit. You're right, this is blackmail. I didn't think of that. Never mind. I didn't mean to blackmail you. Oh my god." Like, it's supposed to be some kind of convincing thing, because people always say it so dramatically, right? Like they're really making a big point, and, like, the other person is gonna be like, oh god, you're right. And obviously, every time, it's a meaningless thing to say, but for some reason, writers of shows and movies, and video games, as you will see here in a moment when we talk to Stennis, continue to use that phrase over and over, and it's hilarious. So anyway, yeah, I remember this Stennis conversation for that. Also, before we move on, as another thing I wanted to say, hold the fuck on! When she said it a second ago, she's like, why would they teleport here? There's easier ways to travel. How the fuck are there easier ways than that? What are you talking about? Opening a portal that instantly moves you to where you want to go across hundreds of miles and all kinds of terrain and shit? Nothing is easier than that. What do you mean? I mean, they could have flown here on the back of a dragon, but even that would be harder. Even that would take way more time than instantly teleporting. There's easier ways to travel, my ass. Like, what? Please tell me about these other ways besides getting somewhere instantly. Anyway, I just had to take exception to that. When she said it, it seemed like a ridiculous statement. Teleporting can sometimes fail. Okay, but when it doesn't fail, it still gets you there better than any other possible way. I mean, the other types of travel would take, like, many days or hours. Find a book in the next game which puts the rate of failure at 1 out of 100. I would take that risk. What's only a 1% chance of failure? Come on, how often is that going to happen? 100 times? Just teleport 99 times and you'll be fine. That is not how probabilities work. That is not how statistics work. It's okay. I'm only going to teleport 99 times and then I'll stop. It'll be fine. Failures are invariably fatal. Oh, you know, if that's the case, then these mages are being way the fuck too casual with how often they teleport. Like when you're with Triss earlier and you're up there talking to Cedric and then you're like, okay, we'll meet you over by the Karen's area and we'll go examine it. And she just casually makes a portal and teleports fucking, you know, the teleports to avoid the 2-minute walk to where she meets you for the Tristan thing. Or the Karen thing. If there's a 1% chance of dying every time you do it, they're being way too casual about how much they use teleport. Alright, so anyway, now that I'm done going off on a bunch of stuff, let's continue this conversation. I don't like people like Stennis, that's true, I don't.
I'm not sure if Prince Stennis is guilty, but I wouldn't be surprised if he was involved.
Power, the object of dark desire.
Let's go, before this dark desire becomes too strong and someone gets hurt.
You go. I'll locate Triss. And should anything happen to Prince Stennis, remember, we need his blood.
I remember.
Ooh, 1500 XP. Okay, that's good. I do want to go do that, but I wanted to talk to you about some other shit first. I leveled up again. Sweet. Alright, hold on. Let's check out some royal blood. Stop the peasants from lynching the prince. Why would I ever want to stop that? Fuck that prince. Lynch him. Just let me get a little bit of his blood afterwards. That guy was a dick when I went and talked to him. Listen, I heard that Witchers killing royals is the new trend that's going around. So, I mean, I don't want to be left behind on this. I don't want to be one of those guys that, like, where I'm a Witcher killing a royal later when it's no longer cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, where I missed the fad. So, I might as well kill a royal now, while it's still in vogue. The blood coursing through the veins of Stennis, son of Demavend, was royal without a doubt. When a messenger arrived bearing news of a riot in front of the prince's abode, Philippa dispatched Geralt there immediately. Peasants recruited into the army were accusing Stennis of poisoning Saskia and threatening to lynch him, so there was no time to lose. The Witcher gave the scarf to Philippa, but the search for Triss had to wait. Friendship is all fine and dandy, but politics was always more important to Philippa. At that time, the Redanian sorceress put all of her effort into the attempts to cure Saskia, and no one could blame her for that. Basically, in my opinion, both Sheila and Philippa are pretty fucking evil. I consider them both evil characters. Like, they might not be super evil, like, I mean, they're not like, you know, the Wild Hunt, or like, you know, like the mustache-twirling villain that's trying to take over the world or whatever, but they're still evil. I consider them both evil. I don't consider Triss evil, although she might have been close to evil at some earlier point in her life. I think at this point in her life, I wouldn't say she's evil. But I think Philippa and Sheila both are. I mean, to the extent that evil exists. In actuality, in the real world, I don't really believe in evil as a thing. But, like, within a fantasy world, you know, if you're defining some characters as evil, like, if, you know, you had D&D alignments or whatever, then they would be evil. I will not describe how the succubus rewarded Geralt. I leave that to your imagination, dear reader. Actually, I can describe it. She gave me some armor. I will note only that the Witcher seemed more satisfied than he usually was upon receiving a bulging pouch of orens. All in all, the adventure with the she-beast ended well for us. Were there no more murders in Vergen? That I do not know, for we were soon forced to leave the proud dwarven town, and alas, I received no more news from there. I love the fucking Dandelion Journal in this game. It's so good. It's one of the best quest journals of any game that I can think of. Elias hired the Witcher to kill a succubus, a monster that seduced and killed young men. The succubus, however, claimed that the jealous elf was actually the murderer. Indeed, there was evidence to prove her claim against Elias. In this situation, the Witcher decided that killing Yorva's adjutant would prove to be the lesser evil. And so, after a short fight, Elias's life ended. Geralt investigated the murders thoroughly. He concluded that the succubus was innocent and that it was being framed by a jealous lover. The Witcher cleared the seductress of the charges, and she proceeded to thank him for it in her customary, beautiful manner. What else does this say about the Wild Hunt? Philippa Eilhart also has a theory about the origin, motivation, and essence of the Wild Hunt. It is a surprisingly shallow theory for such a learned woman, and not worthy of mention next to such illustrious deductions as the ones above. Nice. Alright, so before we go... Oh. We're about to get even more vigor. We are vigorous as fuck. Okay, now we're talking. Now we have an appropriate amount of fucking vigor. Let's go back in here and talk to her again about this other stuff before I go running off to talk to Stannis and hear him say, "This is blackmail." Alright, Philippa. I need to talk to you about some other things, you evil person. I like how the game is basically saying, if you didn't sleep with the goat lady, you are dumb. Oh yeah, I can talk to her about the Wild Hunt thing too. Since she just is a woman that refuses to put on pants.
I'm trying to learn something about the Wild Hunt.
Very interesting phenomenon. Like all mysterious things.
Willing to share what you know?
Well, I would be. Provided you found the notes of Morton Collis first. He devoted almost his entire life to researching the hunt. We could go into detail if you had his scribblings.
I do have his scribblings. Or somebody's.
I found Morton Collis's notes.
So, let's see what you've learned.
Well, there are a few documented facts, but Collis notes the existence of plenty of myths and legends.
Very true. Where shall we start, then?
Oh wow, she actually knows a lot of shit. Okay. Or at least I can talk to her about a lot of shit. I guess. I think the journal is vague enough, and also it's sort of is just saying that she offered him that, which is true. It doesn't necessarily say that he took her up on it.
First and foremost, Collis studied the hunt's movement.
Oh, it's well known that the wild hunt moves north to south, never in the opposite direction.
That's what I remember, and Collis's research confirms it. I'm just having trouble understanding why that is.
The retinue's trajectory brings it into our world at the North Pole. Thus, once here, the wraiths can only move south.
That doesn't make any sense. Okay, I get it that they start at the North Pole and then they move south, right? But once they've started moving south, why couldn't they, like, then move north again? That doesn't explain it. That just happens to, like, I don't know. You like how I'm not only making a prince wait, but an entire town waiting to lynch him? Yeah, I've moved up in the world. I don't just make Triss wait anymore. I make the world wait. When does the hunt appear? It appears in the next game. That's when it appears. Oh wait, I don't think that's what he meant.
Collis claims the hunt's appearance can be predicted by observing the Orcan Nebula.
And eclipses affect how often it appears. In any case, it arrives on the winter solstice, though not necessarily every year.
Collis calculated that the hunt slips into our world in those years when the nebula is in the eastern sky.
Right.
When I pursued the hunt, I passed through many abandoned villages.
Well, the wild hunt abducts young people.
What for?
The wraiths might need workers, warriors, or meat.
Collis seems to favor the slave
Meat.
theory.
Maybe they abduct people and force them to become the new members of the hunt. I don't think so, though. I never really thought about that before. I mean, obviously I did think about it the last time I played this and heard that line, but the idea of the wild hunt actually eating people wasn't really a thing that I had really considered as part of their MO.
What's the sorceress's take on the hunt?
The topic makes them uneasy. Since the Council and Conclave banned the use of mind spells, the wild hunt has been a taboo topic.
There's some link between mental spells and the cavalcade?
Both addle the brain. Anyone who has come in contact with the wild hunt has experienced mental instability that either takes the form of insanity or amnesia. You see, the wraiths emit a magnetic field that severely distorts perception and impedes brain functions.
What? Listen, I fought the Wild Hunt guy in The Witcher 1, but I don't know that was like the real Wild Hunt, or like some sort of spectral projection of the Wild Hunt. I don't know if that was supposed to be like the actual physical Wild Hunt visiting our world, or if it was just some sort of like ghostly, you know, projection, like I just said, of the Wild Hunt. I don't know how that works. Also, I don't think they had developed their Wild Hunt ideas very much in The Witcher 1. So, you know.
People say the hunt's appearance is an omen of war.
In our times, wars are so frequent, we might even consider flights of honking geese as their harbinger. The hunt traverses our world in winter. Wars usually break out in spring, but only because rulers wish their soldiers to die in battle rather than of cold.
Okay, let's summarize.
Let's summarize.
Based on his observations and calculations of the wild hunt's movements, Collis arrived at two equally important conclusions. The first was that the hunt is made up of knights who perished in various worlds and have reconvened as a retinue of vengeance. His second hypothesis states that an unknown, extremely powerful force multiplies wraiths, whose task is to travel between worlds in search of slaves. Both theories seem probable.
Each time someone runs into the hunt, the Wraith's magnetic field causes their mind to descend into chaos. By inference, another meeting with the hunt and its field should reverse the effects of the first.
Perhaps.
What? That
Someone
doesn't
who
make
lost their
sense.
memory or their mind on their first meeting with the hunt could recover either on the second meeting. But I'm afraid that's unproved. Anyone who has managed to escape the wraiths would rather die than meet them again.
So, you can lose or recover your memory by meeting the wild hunt.
Do you know something I don't?
I have amnesia, but my memory's been coming back since a certain event.
Since when?
Since I killed a specter, the king of the wild hunt.
Okay, well, there is some sense to that then. Alright, see you later, Cynthia. Thanks for all the info. Alright, now Sheila, we're not done. Or not Sheila, Philippa, whichever one of the fucking two evil sorceresses you are.
You wanted to discuss something?
I got an immortelle. Thought I'd let you know, because I'm pretty cool.
I found an immortelle.
Excellent.
Long conversation about the immortelle. Wow. What? Why are you backing away from me all strangely right now? What is she doing? She's tripping. Wait for her to sit down, then I'll talk to her and make her stand up again.
You wanted to discuss something?
Now I know this starts another quest.
I found one of the ingredients for Saskia's cure.
Show me. Interesting. Getting warmer, but still not there. It's as if I'd sent you to get me the sun and you'd brought me a candle. We need something massive, an item of real power, Geralt. This is a dwarf's dream. Stolen and magically encased in this crystal. It would do if it was stronger.
You know what this means? In addition to normal harpies, there are Solano in the area.
Solano?
Dream snatchers. The only harpy species to develop something resembling intelligence. They magically bind dreams to mountain crystals. I heard they once inhabited this area. Solano live among regular harpies, but their lair should be full of stolen dreams. One of those would be powerful enough, I'm sure.
You'd have to enter the harpy lair through the quarry. Unfortunately, the gate to the caves is locked and Cecil Burden won't open it. I asked him on another occasion. Stubborn as a mule, that one. But we must not relent. Saskia clings to life by a thread. Let me show you the desire contained in this particular dream. Don't be hasty to judge.
Yes, I can feel it. Whose dream is it?
Cecil Burden's.
In that case, I need to see the alderman. Got a feeling he just might open the gate for me.
Right. Talk to Cecil to open the gate for me. Philippa recognized the item as a crystallized dream. You must know that harpies of a peculiar breed know how to steal dreams and turn them into solid objects. Unfortunately, the item's magic was too weak, so it was not suitable as an ingredient of the cure. Geralt decided to head for the harpy caves in the quarry, where he hoped to find more powerful dreams. He learned, however, that the creature's nest is bolted and barred, and the key was in the hands of Cecil Burden, who was likely to be unwilling to open the gate. The cause would be lost, but the recovered dream was one of the Elder's own. Thanks to Philippa, Geralt learned of Cecil Burden's desire and went to negotiate the opening of the gate with him. Yeah, I'm sure he'll open the gate for me. And I can go to the real harpy lair, which is where I can use the other 3 harpy traps. Alright, anything else? Are we done here?
You wanted to
We're done here.
remember the antidote for Saskia. It's very important.
Yeah, like I'm gonna forget all about that. Like, I got shit going on. What? Saskia? Who's that? Antidote? What are you talking about? Oh, she got poisoned. I forgot. It was not important enough to stay on my mind. Okay. So, now I need to go talk to Stennis, I think. We'll do that first, and then we'll go talk to Cecil. Stop the peasants from lynching the prince. Maybe. We'll look into the situation. Whether or not I actually stop the peasants from lynching the prince is a whole other matter. But, you know, we'll investigate.
What's this?
Hold on.
Plants of green, amid shrubs he's seen, crouching on land.
Not a fan of the prince, and good thing is, Geralt is not a fucking paladin. He doesn't have to necessarily save everybody and always be nice. Now I have to know, that's not it, that's the metallurgist's gate. Now I have to figure out how the fuck to get back into the castle. There it is, where the banners.
Stupid. She just fell unconscious. The White Wolf will save her.
I heard.
Shut your trap if you don't know what's going on.
Okay.
The commoners claim it's our prince's doing.
Such judgment is above their station. I believe it's Henselt's provocation. He wants to drive a wedge between us.
Hensel being behind the poisoning is a great theory, but then that means he still must have had an agent here that did it, and we need to know who that agent was, of course. I don't think Stennis has anything to do with it. In actuality, I literally don't remember.
The commoners claim it's our prince's doing.
I don't
Such
remember
judgment is
who
above their
poisoned
station.
Saskia,
believe
because
it's
it's been too long
Henselt's
since I played.
provocation.
So, I'm working on pure theories anyway. So I don't think it was Stennis. It could have been, but I don't think so. Alright, let's move up here and see what happens.
Serfs and lords will never be on the same side.
Humans only care how their asses rise as their stations do.
They're playing into Henselt's hands. If they start at each other's throats, we'll have to face the entire amount of Quen alone.
You can't mix water with fire.
Saskia could.
Guilt must
And you
be
see
proven.
what they did to her?
Otherwise, it's vigilante justice.
I'll grant you that, Reimster.
I just tried to pay simultaneous attention to both those conversations at once. It was not easy. Listen, folks, I hear there's a volatile situation going on here. Don't worry, I'm here to put out the fire. Oh, shit, I was about to do something clever. No,
It's
not
good to see
that
you.
clever.
The commoners claim Stennis is involved in Saskia's poisoning. They're looking to slaughter him.
I was gonna walk up and put the fire out in that burning pot thing after saying I'm here to put out the fire. And it would have been super funny. Everyone would have laughed and laughed. But I didn't get to. I know you're thinking right now, oh, that doesn't sound that funny to me. It doesn't sound funny, but it would have been. Just trust me. If I'd actually done it, you'd have been fucking in stitches. But since I didn't get to, forget it. Forget it. Alright,
What's stopping them?
The knights, Adernian noble lords.
Not easy to raise a hand against a blue blood.
A peasant by the name of Calton was at the council. He didn't seem to respect anything or anyone.
Calton's a blackguard. He'll use any excuse to raid and plunder.
He has a taste for noble blood. They say he buries gold looted from the lords in some gorge. Looks like things are getting nasty.
Hear me! What do you want? I'm Scalen Balden. I keep order in Vergen.
It's really hard to take him seriously with that hat.
Where was you when they poisoned Saskia?
Give us the prince! Get the flails!
Stop!
Yorvith.
Squirrels! Everyone who wants to leave this yard in one piece, keep your hands off your weapons. I don't care if you're a serf or a lord. I'll kill you all if need be.
What's going on?
The servant carrying wine during the feast said that Prince Stennis and Olgan poisoned Saskia. We want justice!
You want revenge. It's not the same thing.
We don't care. Saskia's fallen as if dead, while the poisoning prince and noble lords rush to herd us onto the field and sell us to Henselt. We won't let them!
You lie, Calton. Nobody's being sold out. The poisoner must be caught and tried by law.
Your law? What then? He'll pay a fine and get spanked on his ass? We'll spank him all right, with an axe to the throat!
Where's this servant?
Safe. The Scoia'tael keep an eye on him.
Why is the prince hiding in his house if he's innocent?
Enough! I'll shoot the first to reach for a weapon. Then heads will start falling.
There's more of us. You can't kill every...
Then you'll be first. Now back off!
Apparently he's going to decapitate people with arrows. Huh?
What's your plan?
I'll frighten them a little. Bleed them if need be. I'll buy you some time, but be swift. I can't hold them off for long. Question the peasants and the nobles, and talk to the dwarves. Maybe you can get to meet Stennis.
Even if he's guilty, I'm sure he's prepared a suitable story.
You'll know how to sort the sheep from the goats. Also, find the servant who started talking so suddenly. You won't have time to talk to everyone, though, that's for sure.
Good. Bloody bastard poisoned the
Did Yorvith just quote the Bible?
Saskia's on the pier with Henselt at the gates. Wraiths fill the mist and commoners and nobles are at each other's throats. Lovely.
This is nonsense. What would the prince gain with the virgin's death?
It's good to see someone's taking care of it.
Life. Power. As I see it, every princeling likes to scheme.
Guilt must be proven. Otherwise, it's vigilante justice.
I'll grant you that, Reimster.
You don't have much time. Okay, first thing I'm gonna do is fully save.
Coming, methinks.
Good.
So if I fuck this up, I can go back.
The virgin.
Okay. Talk to those gathered in the square. You don't have much time. Yeah, I remember fucking this up before. I mean, I reloaded it, I'm sure. But I know that if you try to talk to too many people or whatever, then things go badly. Luckily, Yorvith was faster than Geralt and managed to subdue the excited mob before any blood was shed. Yet the peasants were still furious. Left to their own devices, they would sooner or later force their way into Stennis' house. The Witcher decided to see if the accusations of poisoning were justified. He began talking to those gathered in the square and also went inside to speak with the prince. Yorvith. Yorvith had been living in hatred and shedding human blood for years, and the question of whether he still knew what he was fighting for remained an open one. Even those who had known him longer had their doubts. Saskia. Even Yorvith grew doe-eyed when he gazed at her. This was especially puzzling because Scoia'tael are generally unmoved by human women, even those who are thought to be extremely beautiful.
The prince has it coming, methinks.
Good. Bloody bastard poisoned the virgin.
Okay. We will talk to the people, figure this out, sort this situation out one way or another in our next episode. That is going to do it for this one. Thank you for watching. This has been Josiah Plays The Witcher 2 Assassins of Kings Enhanced Edition.